Hi everyone, I'm Ben Detweiler.
I'm John Maxey.
And I'm Tori Purcell.
And we are here at the Ray S. Muscleman Learning Center here in Norristown. It is one of the new schools in the district.
Yep. It used to be an armory building, and now it's a learning center just for kindergarten students. So another one, a huge transformation.
Yeah, let's hear what Tori has to say.
Yeah, it's really exciting, the changes that they made. You could just see the difference, and it's so exciting to see all the students' artwork up.
Yeah, so as you can see, we're all really excited about being here today. Oh, by the way, Brianna's on camera, so shout out to her. But let's go inside and take a look at the Muscleman Center.
Mrs. Rohr, could you tell us a little history about the Muscleman Center?
Sure. The Ray S. Muscleman Learning Center was opened just this past September for the first class. The class of 2027 is enrolled here and is attending school every day in this beautiful facility. As a matter of history, the school district applied to obtain this property back in 2006. In 2006, the federal government declared the Muscleman Reserve Center as to be surplus property, and they were no longer going to use it. We applied to obtain the property for free. Took from 2006 to 2013 for us to actually get the property. We went through a long, extensive disposal process through the BRAC, which many people are familiar with that acronym. We had to hold public hearings. We had to be interviewed by lots of different organizations, including the federal government. We had to demonstrate the need, and our need was at the elementary level. Some of our elementary schools had been overcrowded for the past few years. By opening the Ray S. Muscleman Learning Center, we're able to alleviate some of the overcrowding in our elementary schools. So certainly, the need was there. They recognized the need. They granted us the property, and now it's open and is really making a difference for all of our elementary schools.
What students come to the Muscleman Center?
All of the kindergarten students from Gottwalls Elementary School, all of the elementary students from Hancock Elementary School, and half of the kindergarten students from Cole Manor Elementary School.
So far, how do you like the Muscleman Learning Center?
I love it. I love the students. I love my colleagues. It's such a supportive group. And for it to be a new school, we're working really hard to make it a great experience for everybody.
Tell us a little about the transition from an armory to an elementary school.
Sure. So the transition took us about, I would say, 8 or 9 months. We started construction last December, January, really kicked into high gear last spring and completed construction just honestly a few days before we opened. It was a very, very dense construction timetable, but we managed to pull it off. So the Muscleman Reserve Center was a training center for the U.S. Army, so it was naturally a natural fit for us. It was classroom space already, so it was a pretty easy transition. We did have to invest some dollars in the roof, the electrical system, and the mechanicals, but for the most part, we were able to keep the building intact. Just brightened it up, made it, an exciting learning environment for young children.
Mrs. Rohr, could you tell me where we're at now in the Muscleman building?
Sure. So here we're in what's called the multi-purpose room. It's where the kids eat. It's where the kids play. They have gym. It's also used for meetings. It was really transformed. It was used to be a big storage space when it was the Reserve Center, and the storage space has been transformed into something that's just so kid-friendly. It's bright, it's cheery, and everyone seems to really love the space and love the way it was designed.
So what are kids using it for now during their school day?
Well, for now, in the morning, they use it when they get off the buses. They get off the buses and come through the back door. Then they come in and they have breakfast. Honestly, then it's cleaned up and it's used for some phys ed classes. Then we have 2 lunches that come through. The lunch is right on to the right. They'll eat lunch in here, then they'll clean it up again, use it for phys ed in the afternoon, and also just for some general space where classes can get together and do some activities.
So, Mrs. Work, I'm looking at this box elevator thing. It looks pretty cool. It's all glass. I know it's a new addition. Could you tell us a little about that?
Sure. So we're in the foyer at the Muscleman Learning Center, and in the foyer, one of the things we had to add was an elevator to make sure that the building was ADA compliant. It's a little unique because it is glass. We tried to design it to meet with the rest of the design of the foyer. So the main entrance of the building is all glass. So we designed the elevator to be glass as well. So it really stands out. And again, it's something that makes our building accessible to all of our families and all of our students.
So how do you feel about working here?
It's really fun, and it's nice to have everybody from the same grade level. And we're really enjoying it. There's a lot of new, nice teachers, and we're having a great time.
Could you tell me a little bit about the transition from being at Marshall Street to coming here?
It was a big transition. Marshall Street is an elementary school, so they have pre-K to fourth grade students. So I'm accustomed to dealing with, a lot of different age groups. So it was a big transition coming to Muscleman and dealing with just kindergarten students. But it's been a wonderful transition. I have a wonderful staff and a wonderful group of students. So that's made my transition a whole lot easier here to the Muscleman Center.
Hi, I'm Miss Lands, and I came from Cole Manor Elementary School.
Okay. And how did you feel when you first found out that you were going to be teaching here at the Muscleman Center?
It was definitely a shock. I was a little surprised, but coming here and working with all the teachers, it's been nice to be able to collaborate with all the kindergarten teachers, just having a kindergarten building.
Okay. And how do you feel about the new center?
As I said, it was a work in progress, but coming in here, it's just everyone's had such a positive attitude, so it's really nice to work with such great people every day, and Miss Cole has just done a wonderful job.
All right, Ms. Cole. So could you tell me a little bit about how you became principal here?
Well, prior to coming to the Muscleman Center, I was the lead teacher at Marshall Street Elementary School, and I worked very hard there to really brush up on my administrative skills. And once this job posting came about, I applied for the position, and fortunately enough, I was chosen as the new principal of the Muscleman Center.
How long have you been with the district?
I've been with the district now for 20 years.
The name of the building, Reyes Muscleman, I know has a rich history. Could you tell us a little about that?
Sure. So the school district decided to keep the name the Reyes Muscleman Learning Center. The Armory had been named the Reyes Muscleman Reserve Center after a soldier from Norristown who had been killed at a very young age in World War II. We wanted to maintain the legacy of the Muscleman family. They actually attended the ribbon cutting for us. Mr. Muscleman's brother and his niece and nephew were here. They were just very touched that the school district really felt strong enough to keep the name and continue to honor the Muscleman family, and honestly to honor all the soldiers from Norristown that have served and continue to serve for our community.
And what's your favorite part of the Muscleman Center?
It definitely has to be the students. They at this age, they just have, such a love. They still have a love for school and learning, and you can just see it on their faces when they get off the buses. They want to be here, and it's just a great feeling to be here throughout the day and just see that day after day.
So we just finished up our tour of the new Muscleman Learning Center, and everything looks great in there.
It's really amazing how much they did.
It really is amazing. Just the transformation that it underwent, from an armory to an elementary school, and everything looks so great. It's awesome.
Yeah, everything looks amazing in there, and I think that we can expect great things coming from the class of 2027.